So I'm gonna ask you 10 questions and they're about dating.
Hope they're not naughty.
No, not that naughty. I just want people to know like about American guys and dating life, yeah? So I'm gonna start. The first question is, what is your biggest turn-off in Kenyan ladies?
It depends, because if you're talking about specific areas, let's say like Nairobi, Diani, here, Niali,
So you mean they have different, like they're different?
what I've noticed is, you know, it's harder to find wife material places like that. Now, if you're talking about places like that, obviously it's going to be money, just focused on money. That's the biggest turnoff. But you can find that in other places. I think it's a little bit more challenging if you're like one of those places like along the coast, the touristic spots.
Okay, so you mean like it's not Kenyan women from the coast are not
Not
wife
from the
material?
coast. I wouldn't say that. Actually, it's the biggest problem in the coast. It's actually females from outside that come. Hardly, even if you don't have to really, I don't even have to like do an analysis. All I have to do is get a piece of paper, write down, go through TikTok. How many of those couples are people that were born and raised in the coast? Less than 10%. It's usually the ones from other parts of Kenya that come to the coast.
So that
And
brings me.
that's the biggest turnoff, is when a female is just trying to go after a foreigner for easy life.
So that brings me to the next question. Do you think Kenyan girls make good wives?
I don't know. Look, you gonna marry me? I'll let answer me that. Ask me that question. Marry me and then ask me. I haven't married anybody yet.
Would you marry me?
If you beg, yes.
Okay. What do you expect from a healthy relationship?
American perspective, right? So I got to think not only about what I feel, but what I think most Americans would feel.
Yeah.
A healthy relationship. Well, you know, in the U.S., we're not used to the man just doing everything by himself. So it's like, you know that Neo song, Miss Independent? Miss Independent. That's why I love her. Yeah. So a little bit of independence, not always, you know, it's got to be, you know, there's a saying, two people got to row a boat for the boat to go straight. You know what happens when only one person is rowing the paddle? Only one person?
We go on the side. Oh.
You just make a turn, the boat just, and you end up in the same spot where you began. Yeah. So that's one thing I think most American men will have an issue with, is, you know, everything is on their back.
But there are men who like want the power of doing things for men.
Not
women.
that many in America. I don't think so. We want somebody that's working most. A working woman, not
A woman who has something in that, doing something with their lives, yeah?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting used to you guys. You guys go, that means yes. I
Yeah.
gotta say yes for people who are not from here in Kenya. I've gotten used to Kenyans. You say something, you ask something, they'd be like, that's AKA for yes. So just in case I threw you guys off, when I was doing I was saying, I was agreeing with her. I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I say
I had a hard time when I first came to Kenya, and they'd be like, like, you mean, does
Yes.
mean yes? So it took me like the first month here, I had to confirm like every time. Are you saying yes with that
yeah, there's some things that some things that we put in the conversation like or
No, we
see.
do meaning yeah, but just that it's like what?
What do you think about dowries?
Okay, I got a whole thing about that. Okay, so first off, dowry did not originate in Africa. It started in Iraq. It's not only in Africa that was practiced. It was in Europe, Africa, everywhere, Asia. Up until it's not even all of Africa does it. It's mostly concentrated in East Africa, just in case you don't know. Because I've been to West Africa, there's some people that do it as a gesture, but it's not spoken about. You go to the parents, you give like an envelope like $100, not a bunch of cows and stuff. So I have a little bit of an issue with that. But it's okay if, like, for example, in our culture, in most Western cultures, especially Catholic cultures, the bride's family is supposed to pay for the wedding. So if there's an exchange, okay, you pay for the wedding, I pay for the dowry, that's fine. But when it's just my side, I have to respect your culture, but you're not respecting mine, then I have an issue with that.
So you have to conform to my culture. I have to conform to your culture.
I think that's fair.
So you think when you're paying dowry, the bride side should also like contribute with the wedding, not you left to do everything.
Right.
Okay. In your own opinion, what makes a relationship interesting, and what makes a relationship boring?
This is now a little personal. This is not American perspective.
Yeah, it's a mixture of questions.
I find it more interesting when you have to go through boring times.
What? Like,
so let me explain. Being with somebody for 30 years is not an easy task, right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna get bored. So if in the beginning everybody, if two people are together, right, and they're always going out for drinks, they're always going to these fancy places, or going out for a weekend, they're going to Tiani, the next weekend they're going to Watamu. They're always doing this fun stuff. At some point, you can't afford doing that as a couple all all the time. Plus, even if you're super rich and you could afford it, gets dull doing the same thing over and over. So I find it more challenging. I think challenges are more interesting. So being, going a week, for example, not going out, you get to know each other. It may be boring. I know it is boring.
It is boring, yeah.
But that plants the seeds for if you could get through those moments early on, that plants the seeds for a long-term relationship. Because what happens, the first 2 years is all lovey-dovey, and then you go a week and you're not adapting well. You understand?
Okay. So when you first see a Kenyan girl, what do you notice first in a Kenyan woman? Okay, without considering the tribe. I know when you see a woman, you will start guessing, oh, this is maybe Luo, or like, what do you find attractive in a Kenyan girl when you first see them? By just looking.
The shape. I mean, you're asking me or American?
Yeah, asking you.
American. What I think most American men.
Most American men, and also about you.
I think most American men have, it's not like, I've noticed Europeans have more this thing for black women. In America, everybody has their own taste. There's not a preference. And if there was, I probably would say Latinas would win and get the most votes out of all the races. But it depends on the men. There's a lot of men that like Asian petite girls. So and it depends on the American, It's hard to generalize. When it comes to Europeans, it's easier to generalize their tastes. For America, since we have a mixture of cultures, very diverse, it's different. But for me, the mataku.
Big ass. You like?
No, I didn't say it's big. Mataku just means butt, right? It doesn't mean big butt. It just means butt, right? Mataku and the face, obviously. And
those are the things you first notice.
Physically.
Yeah.
And then after 2 minutes conversation, I notice the way she carries herself.
So what do you find attractive in a woman?
When she makes eye contact. So don't make too much.
I'm trying to avoid. Okay, to the next question. What in your own opinion, what is your opinion about women approaching men? I know you go through a lot of that, like when you're white and then you're in these touristic places. Like, what is your opinion when a woman approaches you?
I've had it happen in the US, so.
Oh.
But it depends the way you do it. I could read if it's like you're really interested in getting to know me or you're trying to get money. So the way you approach me, I can see. How
do you know that this girl is trying to get money?
Well, one, where is it happening? Is it happening at the supermarket? Is it happening at a place by the beach? Right there, it's different. Am I one of those bars by the beach, or did it happen at the supermarket?
Right?
Right?
Which places do you think when a girl approaches me at the beach or at the supermarket, I know this girl is looking for money?
Well, most of the girls that look for money go to the beach because that's where foreigners go. So that's one way to get an idea. And then the rest is intuition, right?
Yeah,
You never use yours?
I do.
Yeah.
And I'm very careful with my intuition.
What's your intuition telling you right now about me?
Oh, please. Okay, so let's finish the questions first. So what is your what advice would you give a woman who wants to date an American guy, or who is dating an American guy, or dating foreigners generally? In your own observation, you have been, how many countries have you been to?
I don't know, about 20. And I've lived in 5. This is my 5th country I've lived in.
So you've been to these places. So what advice would you give to a woman dating a foreigner or an American guy or something like that?
Stop being so naive about money.
How?
A lot of females, sometimes when I hear buying an iPhone or something like that, as if it's like, oh yeah, you want an iPhone? Oh sure, here, have one. You can have mine, I'll go buy one. Like, most people in the US don't buy iPhones straight up. They get a 2-year contract, they pay. In 24 months, they pay off the iPhone, like for example, and they're stuck in the contract. And if until you're not finished with the contract, you can't use that phone in any other carrier, any other telecommunications. It's worthless. So you're stuck, pretty much paying off that iPhone. A lot of females here think money falls off trees when you're a foreigner. It's not that easy.
So, like, money conversation is usually a problem, mostly here.
Well, I think I'm assuming it's the same in most of the world, but in the U.S., I think it's something like 80% of divorces stem from money issues. That's why I was talking about that before, about being in a boring place.
So,
they'll be better equipped for a couple to then when they face issues like that. Because when you're broke, you can't go out, and when you can't go out, shit gets boring.
Yeah.
Right? So if you get through that hurdle right in the beginning, then you're good to go for a lot of other things,
So, you're American, yeah? So
Yeah.
have you ever dated like a black woman in America?
All the time. My daughter's mixed.
So what do you prefer, like white women or black women?
Why does it always have to be black and white? Why can't it be white, black, Chinese, or mixed, or like South American? Like.
So what are you looking for in a woman? What would you look for, like, if you wanted to date? Some people want the mixed children. That's why they go for black. So what? Am I being too personal?
No.
Oh, okay.
What do I look for in a woman? Physically, or?
No, like general. You told me already.
I usually like
physical.
something different from me. Whether it be black or mixed, or I don't know. I always gravitated towards outside.
So,
Yeah.
apart from physical appearance.
At the end of the day, I think most men, even though a lot of men don't realize this, we want somebody that resembles a little bit like a mother. Somebody that feeds us, that takes care of us, that washes the clothes, handles stuff like that. Yeah. Of course, faithful, honest, obviously, yeah.
All those things.
And somebody who's, I know women have an issue with spending more than men. Y'all like to go shopping and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who's a little bit on the responsible side, who thinks ahead, not just living today. And most importantly, somebody who thinks in terms of us, not me. So next time she goes to the supermarket, next time she goes out and spends money or whatever she's doing, or spends time, the way she invests her time, her money, everything, she's like, what's best for us, not what's best for me.
So I think my questions are over, the 10 questions.
Did you fall in love yet?
So guys, that was the end of the video.
Hey, you should ask for anybody what I think is a good way to get a foreigner, right? Yeah, for a Kenyan lady who's interested in a foreigner, right?
what should, okay, there are a lot of women who want like to date, oh, muzungu muzungu, so what like what should they do? How do they get these people?
Well, first off, the people have to be interested in coming here. So you may want to go to dating apps, right? Change your location to their location. So if you're looking for an American, instead of stating that you're in Nairobi, put that you're in New York City, for example, and dabble with that. When I first, I wanted to. It was either Brazil or Kenya that I wanted to come to. One of the reasons that Kenya was able to match with Brazil was when I want to see what's out there in those countries. If I'm married, the priorities change, right? So I'm a single man, so I want to see what's out there. So I went on dating sites, and I gotta say, Kenyan women are beautiful. So it kind of made it tied. If it wasn't for y'all ladies, I would have been in Brazil. Brazil got beautiful women, but I was surprised with the beauty of the Kenyan woman. So it made it like a tie. And then I left it up to my friend to make it up to me, the decision, because I was really 50-50. Like I couldn't make up my mind, Brazil or Kenya. So that's how I ended up here. See?
Okay.
But definitely change your location, go to those dating apps, and try to convince the guy to come see you.
Try to convince.
And try to convince. Yeah.
So anything else that they can, apart from the dating site, places maybe they should go?
Well, they would have to travel outside of Kenya, right?
So they have to travel outside of Kenya?
No. Or go on the dating app and change your location. If you want a guy from the US, for example, you could put Los Angeles, you could put whatever city you want.
Anything else that I left out?
No.
So that is the end of the video. And
oh, you did leave out something.
What?
Tell them to subscribe to my channel.
Oh yeah, don't forget to subscribe. And thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you learned something from him. And yeah, if you want to get an American guy or some dating stuff, yeah. So, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye guys.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my lonely